What is up, guys, and welcome back to episode number 110 now of our My Player Career mode here on FIFA 17. As you can see, changing some stuff up here, just trying to give myself a new look, a new haircut as well. So hopefully the new stuff will bring us some luck in terms of our performances here at Juve. Because let's face it, it's not been fantastic since we've joined here, has it? So last episode out, we played twice for England. We've also played twice for Juve. We ended up with one defeat and also a victory in the two games that we played in Juve, started, of course, by 2 wins for England. So, in that respect, we didn't really do too well last episode. So, I've changed the boots to some Neymar Jordans, I think it is. I also changed the hairstyle to a little bit longer than what we were used to. But we've got a few games to come for you guys, and hopefully, as I say, our performances will improve. Not just as a kind of our own personal performances, also the team as well. Because as of a unit right now, we're not playing too special. So we need to improve. We need to definitely improve. And we've got a chance to do that here with the first game of today's episode up against Udinese. I'm really looking forward as well to seeing how we can get on in the future in this Juve team. Because it's going to be a test. And it's something that we haven't really had in the past couple of seasons. I mean, at Bayern Munich, we kind of struggled a little bit personally. The team, not so much. The team still did a little bit of a decent job when we weren't playing very well. But this Juve side, it's going to be interesting because they haven't started off brilliantly. And I can't say I'm a massive fan of the 3 at the back formation, especially when we're playing 2 up front with not a very good strike partnership for myself. So if you had a kind of team like this and you only had one world-class striker and the other 2 are fairly average, why not just switch the formation? Why not to switch to like a 5-1 or something and just have a lone striker up front? It doesn't really make sense playing 2 strikers just because that's the formation that you've always played, to allow 2 strikers to play, one of which is really good and scoring at all kind of levels, especially for England, and the other one who is Zaza, who is still on the run from a penalty kick. So yeah, it's a bit strange, but regardless, guys, we got off to an absolute flyer in this game against Udinese. An absolute worldie here as the ball came back from a corner. The pass came into me. I thought, you know what, I'm going to hit this as soon as I get this ball, and I did hit it, and it just about managed to find the back of the empty net. Like, I don't know quite how it went in the back of the net, because the keeper, for me, maybe you should be saving that. Maybe I'm being a little bit too critical of it, but still, regardless, fantastic strike, and we took the lead inside 27 minutes. And then 44 minutes on the clock, we ended up with another opportunity. However, the disaster struck, because once again, we gave the ball away in a stupid area, and that is something that I've had a lot happen to me in this Juve game so far. Like, I've noticed my teammates do kind of give the ball away in areas where they shouldn't do like that. There's no excuse for that. Like, what is my teammate doing there? The ball's come to him. He's taken too heavy a touch, and he's just simply give it away to the Udinese man, and then you can't really take anything away from him because that was an absolutely wonderful strike to equalise the score at 1-1, but it could have been easily avoided. If we just didn't give the ball away in stupid places, we'd be completely fine. But my teammates decided that recently they want to be giving it away in stupid places. And then into the second half, guys, I won the ball back. I tried to feed the ball across the face of goal. Couldn't quite do it. It fell back to me, though, quite luckily here. And then I tried to curl one top bins, but it wasn't quite as good a strike as I was hoping to have there. So it's an easy save for the goalkeeper. 62 minutes in now, guys, as we are looking for another opportunity. A really good one here. But I just about couldn't get the ball in the back of the net. And it's bouncing about a little bit, and none of us could actually put the ball into the empty net. So yeah, it didn't look as if we were going to find a second goal in this one. And then another opportunity coming for us yet again. Dribbled it inside, then goes back down the line here as once again cut back. Lovely little opportunity for ourselves again. And unfortunately, once again, the keeper was equal to the strike. So it was just a frustrating afternoon, guys. And it really did sum it up when this happened. A fantastic cross towards the back stick. And I just didn't... if I'd brought it down, I probably wouldn't have had an opportunity to strike it. So I kind of thought I had to hit it first time. And in the end, we just didn't really do anything with it. So, yeah, ultimately, guys, we ended up with a 1-1 draw to kickstart today's episode off. And the equalising goal came from us making a massive mistake as a team. Well, not even as a team, just as the individual who lost the ball, doing something stupid. So I don't really know what to make of it, guys. I don't know, as I say, how difficult this is going to be this season here. Because the 3 at the back, it's not a bad formation. But you cannot give the ball away in areas where giving them away, because you've got to remember, once you are like that, a lot of teams do play with a 3 up front. So your 3 central defenders are going to be matched by 3 attackers. So if you give that ball away in centre mid, and you've lost that centre mid battle as a 5 midfield, you're going to struggle. And that's exactly what we did there. So although Udinese only had one opportunity, they scored it. So ultimately, we had more opportunities than they did, and we still only came away with a point. And it's frustrating. It is massively frustrating. But hopefully, it will turn back good for us in this second game of today's episode up against Asana. And I was really kind of thinking to myself, moving into this, how do I change our fortunes around? Like, how do I just as myself up front, try and do something that's going to make this game, or going to make us have a better performance, not just as personal, but as a team. Like, we need something to change, because after 4 games, guys, we're sat down in 12th place, which is simply not good enough. So, I don't know how this season's going to go, and to be sat in 12th place, I know there's only been 4 games already happened, guys. It's not the end of the world. But, 12th place after 4 games is pretty much what? I bet the highest team in the division who's sat first currently are only probably 5 or 6 points ahead of us. But still, 12th place, Juve. Not something that you normally see. So we do need to improve. And as I said, another 3 up the top formation, which means, again, if we lose a midfield battle against a midfield 3 here, we're not going to be in good standing because they've got 3 against our central defenders. But the first chance did fall our way 27 minutes in. I picked up the ball quite deep, just continued to run straight past. The space opened up for me. Fake shot back inside. The strike comes in, and it just went whiskered past that bottom corner. So, yeah, very frustrating. And you notice as well, guys, I am not really trying to pass the ball about as much as I normally did. And the only reason for that, guys, is that a lot of you guys have been leaving me comments. In the past, it used to be stuff like, pass the ball more, I'm hogging the ball. But the problem with this side is, guys, the chances when we give them, they're just not taking them very well. A fantastic move, though, from my teammate here, as he does have an effort at goal himself and really tested the goalkeeper, but another good stop from him. From the corner, guys, it is going to be whipped in, and we did win the header as well in the middle, and another good stop from the goalkeeper. Or rather, it just went out for a goal kick. Yeah, it didn't even get a touch to it. So once again, more frustration, guys. A 0-0 draw in this one. Yeah, this is exactly the thing that I wanted to avoid. So far, I do not know what we can do to change this. I mean, you can see, again, we kept them to 0 shots in that game. We had 5 opportunities ourselves, but there weren't really anything fantastic. I mean, you can see the chances we had and see what we created, but nothing really coming of any of them. So that still is now our 3rd draw in 5 games here in Calcio A, or Serie A, which is simply not good enough. We've had 1 win, 3 draws, 1 defeat, which is absolutely unreal. So I'm frustrated at the moment, guys, but hopefully fortunes will change in the coming episodes as we're having another game here. This is a Champions League game, though, so our Champions League form so far, we've picked up 1 win in the 1 game we've played in this cup. So, yeah, our Champions League form is a little bit different to what our current league form is looking like. However, if you remember what happened back in that Champions League game, we actually went 1-0 down to Feyenoord and had to come back and win the game by 2-1. I scored both of them myself. So we're at home here against Levante from Spain. Of course, we played in the Spanish league. I'm sure they'll remember us at our time in Real Madrid. And, of course, a season and a half at Valencia. That is what the group currently looks like as well. The other team in our group is actually Arsenal, which isn't too bad to see. Of course, my supported club, a team that I kind of wanted to go to in this series, but never got an offer from them. So we'll see what happens regarding this group, though, guys. But up until then, we don't play Arsenal until the next game in this one. We've got to try and beat Levante here. We've got to get a win, in my opinion. We cannot afford a draw or a defeat. We have to win this game. You can see the team on your screen that we did, in fact, have that Allegri had played. So, moving into this, on paper, again, we should be the stronger team. But again, you guys know, football's not played on paper, it's played on grass. And that is such an old joke. But yeah, we can't afford another draw, guys. We can't afford a draw or defeat. It has to be a victory. It's important for my mindset as well. Confidence and motivation and kind of moving forward with this Juve team. If we get anything less than a win, I'll be utterly gutted. So we're at home especially, it's even more important. And we got ourselves underway, and the first chance as well came in the 41st minute. A ball down the line from Levante is cut out by our defender. But again, we made the mistake of giving the ball away before actually playing a pass. Levante then going through, striking 1 goalwards. A good save in the end from our goalkeeper. Keeps the score at 0-0. You see it from this angle though, it was actually going wide. So he didn't need to keep the ball in play. And I was a bit frustrated that he did that. But that just shows you kind of the uncertainty around what's going on. Because if he was a decent keeper, he would have known to leave that, knowing that it was going to go out for a goal kick. However, disaster struck. Because once again, sloppy play from us. Ball given away in the area. And absolutely idiotic. And amount of times we tried to win the ball back. I just don't know what was going on. What was going through the minds of our teammates. The one thing you're always taught when you're a kid. Don't pass across the face of goal. And he did that. I have to give credit to that man there sliding in, number 15, because at least he tried to block the strike. But at that point, I was tilted. I was frustrated, and I thought, what on earth do I do to change these fortunes around? And 71 minutes on the clock, managed to cut inside with a fake shot. Moment of madness from the Levante defender, but you're going to see, actually, guys, he does win the ball, in my opinion. So I felt kind of harsh on him, but we needed that. We absolutely needed that, because if we don't get this penalty, you'll see, again, he won the ball fair and square, got his foot to the ball. It's even more vital that we score this penalty. And there you go. We stepped up. and an absolute rifle as the keeper stood still, didn't know where we were going, and ultimately we got the equalising goal. But it's not enough. As I said to you guys, a draw is simply not enough in my opinion. We had to pick up a victory here, otherwise it would be such a disappointing episode of results. Like, I don't know what to do to change our fortunes. I mean, you're seeing how unlucky we are being right now with our teammates making mistakes. The 2 goals in today's episode our opponents have scored have come from our teammates making stupid errors. So unless I kind of run back and try and defend from the front and just run back to centre-back, I don't know what I can do to change it. But we did have one more opportunity. Zaza with the strike as it went wide of the post. Maybe if that was Andre Silva, it may have been on target there. But ultimately, guys, we ended up with a 1-1 draw, a very lucky 1-1 draw as well, because the penalty, in my opinion, was not a penalty kick. But I have to take it, I'm afraid. 3 draws in today's episode is not good enough, and fortunes will have to change in the future episodes. Hopefully we can do that, as Arsenal and Feyenoord played a 3-2 win to Arsenal. But that's it for this episode, guys. If you've enjoyed it, I'd appreciate a like rating. As always, guys, thank you for your continued support on the channel, and I appreciate like rating. I'll see you all later with another video. Adios.